What happens next is not just surprising, it is inexplicable without belief in the resurrection of Jesus. Here's what I mean. Even the most hardened, cynical, most skeptical person when it comes to Christianity, maybe that's you watching today, they would have to agree that Christianity exploded across the known world at precisely the point you would expect it to be snuffed out and silenced. The very same men who ran at the arrest of Jesus returned now to proclaim the good news that Christ is risen. What could possibly have motivated them? In fact, what could possibly have empowered them to turn from their understandable cowardice and transform into being utterly courageous, even to the point of death? And not just some of them, all of them. Not just some of the time, but all of the time. The disciples of Jesus knew that by proclaiming Christ is risen, they would most likely face the same fate as him. In fact, that is exactly what happened to them. Not only were they willing to live for this truth, they were willing to die for this truth. Why? Maybe they did it for power and importance. Well, except for the fact that they knew they wouldn't be praised, but they would be persecuted for it. They knew that proclaiming that Christ is the Lord of life would lead to their own death, and yet they did it. Okay, maybe they did it for money. Well, again, probably not a rational explanation. Firstly, Jesus was poor. Secondly, that money's not going to do them much good in the grave, and that's where they know they are going. Have you ever stopped to think there is literally nothing other than the power of God that could transform these men this quickly that they would give their lives in the hope that others might believe and live? There is no explanation for the explosion of Christianity other than Jesus is alive. My prayer for you this Easter is that you will have the courage and determination to seek out the source of this transformation, and that in doing so, you might personally encounter the Lord of life.